I think it's pretty safe to say that by far, one of the most exciting aspects of Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker has all to do with the return of Darth Sidious, also known as Emperor Palpatine, and how Ian McDiarmid himself is going to be returning as the character once more to end the Skywalker saga. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, what's really exciting about Episode 9 is that we do know that this film is going to answer a lot of the burning questions from The Force Awakens, as well as using a lot of action-packed sequences in the third act of Episode 9 to really utilize and tell a very intriguing story for, of course, the fans around the world to really get a better idea of where things are going. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to one of the concept art descriptions, this is where things begin to get very exciting for Episode 9. Now, specifically, what's really intriguing about all of this is that a description of one of the sequences based in the third act of the film, where it said that both Rey and Kylo Ren are in a standoff against the Dark Acolyte, who is now fully under control by the spirit of Sidious, where they eventually engage in a 2-on-1 lightsaber duel. After some time of Palpatine having the upper hand, eventually Rey and Kylo are able to somewhat defend themselves until Palpatine is described to unleash a new Force power that is unlike any power seen on the big screen in Star Wars film history. It's said that Palpatine is able to use a power called a Force Storm that was taken directly from Legends material and put into the Disney canon, where Palpatine is able to create a hyperspace wormhole just by using the Force, where it's said that this power by Palpatine has the ability to displace objects across vast distances and can even tear apart the surface of a planet. This ability is also able to consume an entire fleet of an army effortlessly that Palpatine is said to unleash against Kylo Ren and Rey during their duel, where one of the scenes even involves parts of the Death Star 2 wreckage getting sucked up into the hyperspace wormhole. Now, the entire scene was said to be shot in IMAX and shows just how powerful Palpatine can really be by tearing the fabric of space and time. So let's go over a couple of parts about this. Now, what's really exciting about this is that this also lines directly up with Legends material. We do know that Disney and Lucasfilm are cherry-picking as much as possible from Star Wars Legends from the 1990s and the 2000s in order to really make this film gravitate towards a lot of hardcore fans and people who know the franchise past the films. And what I like about this is that this is exactly what Palpatine did against Luke Skywalker in the Dark Empire comic line. And the fact that they are bringing a return of the Force Storm in canon now, in The Rise of Skywalker, is going to be quite a ride, let me tell you, because this ability, if you guys have read Dark Empire, it is extremely powerful. Basically, Palpatine is able to use the Force itself to tear the space-time continuum, and he's able to create hyperspace wormholes throughout the actual galaxy and even the universe. And that's actually able to either A, rip apart the surface of a planet, not necessarily destroying a planet, but able to rip apart the surface of a planet, or displace objects, from vast distances, like I say. And one of the scenes is actually said to even involve a moment in which parts of the Death Star 2 are getting lifted up into the air and sucked through this wormhole. Now, could this very well be why there's going to be a massive storm as Rey and Kylo Ren are fighting each other against Palpatine? That makes sense a lot. That makes a lot of sense now that this, connects to what we have been talking about for a couple of months now, about both Rey, Kylo, and Palpatine fighting in a torrential rainstorm. So this Force Storm, just like anything else, is able to create an actual regular storm. Lots of lightning, winds, and rain. But it also creates a tear in space and time. Now, that's a very interesting side of Star Wars. They're really showing us how powerful Palpatine really is as a Sith Lord. And the fact that they are bringing a return of the Sith is a very interesting side of Episode 9. So, I don't know if you guys knew this, but in, of course, Star Wars Legends, we also know that Palpatine used this ability at least twice. And him using this ability twice, it really does take pretty much, a lot of effort to do so. It takes a lot of power. And you can only imagine what Disney and Lucasfilm are going to do in The Rise of Skywalker. Now, the only thing that I can imagine right now is that a lot of fans may say to themselves, well, they're doing this for Palpatine to this extent. why couldn't they necessarily do this for the character of Luke in The Last Jedi or anything around those lines? So, like I say, I think it would have been great for Luke on Crate to take down those AT-ATs just by using the Force or something like that. That would have been a nice callback to Dark Empire as well. But the fact that JJ is drawing a lot of these ideas from Star Wars Legends and is making it actually happen on film is really going to make a lot of fans happy. The fact that they shot this whole entire scene in IMAX, you can only imagine what the Force Storm is going to look like. Again, if you guys would like to learn more about the Force Storm, it's all over the internet, from Legends material, specifically in books and comics. Very intriguing stuff, I gotta say. I love that era of Star Wars without a doubt. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.